You can find the canal brake fluid used in the video under the link in the description. Turn your engine off, pull up the handbrake, pull on the bonnet release lever and open the bonnet. You should now be able to see the brake fuel liquid reservoir on your vehicle. Open the brake fluid reservoir. Remove the filter from the reservoir. If you're completely draining the brake liquid circuit, you'll have to start by draining the used liquid with the help of a pump. Put the filter back in place. You can find the canal type of brake fluid recommended for your vehicle under the link in the description. Then, fill the reservoir with new liquid to the maximum level. When you drain the brake liquid circuit, there's an order that has to be followed. On this vehicle, the order is as follows: back wheel passenger side, back wheel driver's side, front wheel passenger side, front wheel driver's side. You have to successively lever each part of your vehicle, then remove the wheel to be able to access the drain point. Loosen the rear wheel studs. To bleed the brake fluid on your vehicle, you need to remove the wheels to gain full access. Lift the rear of your vehicle. Place the vehicle on the axle stands. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial raising your vehicle safely before carrying out this step. Don't forget to slide the wheels under the vehicle. Before you start, release the electric handbrake. Remember to protect the floor by placing a fluid collection tray. Once the wheel has been removed, the drain point is located on the brake caliper. Start by removing the cap. There's several tools for bleeding the brake fluid. A spanner, a plastic tube and a canister may be enough. The rear bleeder valves are unscrewed using an 11mm spanner. Simply put the spanner on the bleeder valve and connect the plastic tube to the valve. Next, simply ask someone to gently depress the brake pedal. Open the bleeder valve to let the brake fluid escape. Then close before air returns to the system. The assistant must then release the brake pedal, then depress it again. Now you need to reopen the bleeder valve and close it before air returns to the system. Repeat this operation until there's no more air in the system and the brake fluid is clean. You can also use brake bleed wrenches connected to a tube equipped with an anti-return system, which prevents air from returning to the system. You can also use brake bleed wrenches connected to a tube equipped with an anti-return system, which prevents air from returning to the system. All you have to do is connect the tool, open the bleeder valve and suck out the brake fluid. Regardless of the tool you use, it is important to regularly add brake fluid to the brake fluid reservoir to prevent air from entering the master cylinder. Once the system has been bled, when clear, bubble-free liquid flows, all you need to do is close the bleeder valve and disconnect the tool. Remember to clean the bleeder valve with brake cleaner to remove all traces of brake fluid. Then put the bleed cap back on.
All parts used in this tutorial are supplied by our trusted partners. These partners also help us create as many video tutorials as possible. Check them out in the description below.
Then you can put the wheel back on your vehicle and put it back on the ground. For the front calipers, repeat the operation using a 9mm spanner. Then put the bleed cap back on. Remember to clean the bleeder valve with a brake cleaner to remove all traces of brake fluid. Remember to add brake fluid to the brake fluid reservoir regularly. Once all 4 wheels have been bled, fill the reservoir with new fluid to the maximum level. Once bleeding is complete, make sure your brakes are working properly. The brake pedal should feel hard when pumped without being spongy. Please note, if you have any doubts about the effectiveness of your braking system, do not use the vehicle. On models equipped with an ABS, air may be trapped in the hydraulic control unit of the anti-lock braking system. Operation completed.
Hi, it's Theo from UseTool. I hope this video has helped you a lot in your car maintenance. We would be super grateful if you could spread the word so that we can produce even more tutorials. Simply give us a like, a comment, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us boost the channel and help the whole community. Thanks a lot and have a great one.